Welcome back to Mostly Thriving.
We're to the world that may look like we're thriving, but really we're just mostly thriving.
We are going to debrief our 2026 Vernacey Marriage Vision Family Planning Meeting.
Wow. Make that into an acronym, Michael Scott.
I don't know what you want to call it, because if you call it like a marriage meeting, it sounds like crisis. Like we had a meeting for our marriage.
That's how I feel like when we tell people we are going to therapy.
I know.
Like, oh,
we're crumbling.
God bless you.
So no, it's more like a vision planning. I don't know. You're the one that like led the charge on this. So.
I like that. I like vision planning. I think that that's a good thing. But first, as you know, and many of you may know, I'm reading books.
I'm scared.
And by reading books, I've read one. But
this year?
No, I finished one this year. I finished the Jocko book.
Oh, I was gonna say it's only February.
Yeah, not reading them thick boys though. Those Harry Potter little nerd novels you like, I'm not reading. I'm reading like leadership books, but the one that I'm reading right now is Notes on Being a Man, and it kind of, I think it's going to get to that men's loneliness thing. But anyways, he said something, and throughout the book he has just like these notes, like note, and then he spits like this fact that he's trying to like hammer home. And his note was that the most stressful things in life are what are the most rewarding. How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about that?
Yeah, because he with that he followed it up with like your kids, your job, your marriage. Like those are stress. Those are kind of like stressors on your life.
The way that I see that is that if it wasn't important to you, you wouldn't be stressed about it.
I think so. For our personality, yes. But some people are stressed by like every little thing. And so then maybe you're stressing about things that aren't important in your life. I don't know. I kind of liked it, but then I said it to somebody else. I think it was my dad. And he was like, I don't know if I agree with that. And I was like, but... And then I kind of said how you just said. I was like, marriage... Because his response was like, my mom doesn't stress him out. But I think that stress doesn't have to... Like, it has this negative connotation on it of like, it's annoying. And... While like marriage is stressful, it's not really annoying. It's just, it requires work. Therefore, it creates some stress, because stress is like where you have to like reprioritize things.
I guess I'm just in this moment realizing like what really is the definition of stress, because I wouldn't define marriage as stressful.
My grandpa has always has always used it as unfinished business. Stress is unfinished business. What do I need to be? This needs work still. So it's creating stress in my life. I need to circle back on that thing. And so when I look at it like that, I'm like, yeah, marriage is stressful. Like it requires constant work. The clinic is stressful. It doesn't feel like stress. I love the clinic. I love doing what I do. I don't feel like I work a day in my life because I really love that place. But staffing is stressful. Payroll is stressful. Building and going to the next step with them is stressful. The kids are stressful. Like they are unfinished business. When you look at it that way, then I go, yeah, because then it is the most rewarding, because those are the opportunities where you can put the work in and the outcome is so fruitful and so like you can't even put a number on it.
Truly, in our 10 years of marriage, I don't think I've ever put the word stressful and marriage together. Stress to me feels like...
You should be married, do you?
Well, I say other words about it. But no, like for real, I think of stress as like the kids and hecticness and schedules and busy and work and tasks at work and deadlines.
And that's why I think my grandpa's definition of it, of unfinished business or things that are not quite done yet or have undone things, of stress. That is stress.
No, I know. I'm just saying in marriage, I don't think marriage is stressful. I think that it's hard. I think that there's challenges. I think that there's, I don't know. It's very weird. In this moment, I'm processing right now that stress, my definition of stress, I've never associated with marriage. There's hard things in marriage, but I would use a different word.
All right, right out of the gates, here's your prompt. share us your definition of stress.
Yeah.
Because I don't think stress is because stress gets a bad rap, I think. I think stress is okay. Stress drives you to become better or work on something.
I just live in a state of stressed. Like, I'm always stressed about things. I don't know.
I thought I grabbed a V8, and this is not.
I actually saw that you grabbed that, and I was like, what a bizarre beverage choice.
Ciao.
Sparkling. Actually, those are pretty, I've heard they're pretty good. The San Pellegrino waters. But
honestly, it's good. I don't need any caffeine at this point.
Blood orange flavor.
Blood orange.
Interesting.
Means.
Anyways,
sorry. That was, it kind of goes.
You know what else
Sorry.
I noticed? Yeah. And I want to just say it. On the podcast, when I've listened back a couple times, we say anyways too much.
Deleting that from my vocabulary right now.
We need to stop saying, so anyways.
So anywho.
No, just all of that. We need to just, you know what I'm going to go on a little tangent. This is something that I want to do, and I think I'm going to do it on my Instagram as like a challenge, maybe like a series.
Yeah.
I saw this girl on TikTok who every single day she sets a timer and she talks straight for a minute, but doesn't allow herself to say any filler words. And she's like teaching herself. And so I was thinking we could do that right now.
No, I'm not doing that right now. Let's get to the main course.
You don't want to hear me talk anymore?
Well, I do, but we've got business.
Okay, we do have business to get to.
You're standing on business.
Okay. I almost said it. Oh, I'm not going to say it.
You're standing on business.
So, next we're going to discuss. TJ is going to bring us, I really wanted to say anyways. That felt like what I needed to say there. So just take over and tell us what the vision meeting is and why we did it.
Okay, vision meeting is sitting down, preferably at the beginning of the year. I suppose you could name that year. It doesn't have to be January 1st of the new year. You could start that at any point, but sitting down, setting out goals and a vision for the next 12 months. And there's several categories that we went through. We're going to dive into some of those, maybe some a little less than others, just because it's a little more personal. And we don't really want to influence necessarily, if you were to do this exercise, what your goals should be. We certainly are not the perfect role models here, and that's not our goal. It's our goal on sharing this is to encourage couples to get on the same page in these categories.
I think it's cool too. So we got this idea from Sean Johnson, Andrew East. They have a podcast called Couple Things where they discuss marriage things, relationship things. It's just a really cool podcast. A lot of it's faith-based. And so we relate to them a lot. And they were talking about this principle of these vision meetings. I think they've done it for like 4 or 5 years. And they have this PDF packet that we can link for you guys so that you can use it too. But it basically gives an overview of what the vision meeting is. And it's to set aside 2, 3, 4 hours with your spouse. So like a date night. And so for us, we try to do this like twice a year where we book a hotel in Detroit and we just go down for the night. We get dinner. It's just like a nice night away just for us. And so we decided to do that. And so we went to the Shinola Hotel. We went to a nice dinner. And at dinner, we pulled out the packet. I told them, I'm like, are we really doing this at a nice restaurant right now?
It was like a straight up business meeting.
With our packet. But we did. And we had such good conversation. And it breaks it down. I think there's 12 categories. And we went, what they say to do is let's say number 1, I think the first one was finances. Okay, so we're going to talk about finances. And before we even talk about what we are thinking, you take like 2 to 5 minutes just to yourself to gather your thoughts so that you're not influenced by what each other are going to say or what your goals are. You can go through things that maybe you want to do better, things that you think you did really well in the past year, anything related to finances, saving, any of that. And then when you're ready, you come together and you say, okay, these were the things that were on my list. He says the things that were on his. We discuss it when we feel good about it. They said it can kind of go long. So maybe set a timer for 5 minutes that you're going to talk about it. Write it down. Then you move on to the second one.
Yeah, I think that we had about a 2-hour dinner and we covered 80%.
Yeah.
And then we finished the other 20% the next day.
Yeah, I think it's interesting too because since we started dating and we're engaged, we have just been so like purposefully aligned on things where a lot of the topics, like I personally can't imagine being in a marriage where we have two different political views, or our money is completely separate. Like I personally would not be able to function that way.
I'm sure it's doable, but for how you and I are, right. I think that would be a very big challenge.
So I think that this meeting will be different for every couple.
Yeah.
Is basically what I'm saying. Like,
but I think what it does, and it doesn't matter if it's in business or your marriage or friendships or your kids, everything starts with good communication, and the foundation of this is like our foundation of good communication in our marriage and the goals for this year. If we don't use these building blocks as a tool, then it's kind of, you're just flying by the seam, seeing where the world or life will take you, and you will get yanked around pretty hard. And you're still going to, even when you do this, because they talk about like God hears your plans and then kind of laughs, and like he has his own thing in mind. But at the same time, I think it is important to set you and your significant other, girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse, whatever, on the same page to start. Because if you're not on the same page to start, you're going to have a bumpy road. And the world is already a bumpy road.
I'm curious too, of those of you that are listening, because like the first one is finances, so we can talk about that. And we've talked about, even before we started this episode, obviously we try to keep our episodes to like 45 minutes. Like that's always our goal. And so I don't want to feel rushed in this conversation.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's, for us right now, our plan is to go through all of them, but I also don't want to skip things that we feel are important to touch on.
Yeah.
So I think let's just like communicate as we would through this. And
Right.
then if it gets to a point where it's just getting long, we'll just do like another part.
I agree.
Okay. So finances in marriage, I feel like is such a hot topic. I feel like it's something that really isn't talked about enough. Finances in general. I mean, everybody deals with finances and nobody talks about it. And it's one of the most confusing things. And so I think it would be cool to hear from you guys. Every marriage is different. Do you keep your finances together? Is it separate? Do you have one account that's together? Like that looks so different for every couple. And I'm just so genuinely curious, like in the comments, like what do you do? And if so, like what's your why? Like for us, our money is 100% together.
Yeah.
We have a checking and a savings, and both of our stuff goes into there. And then like, obviously I have a business account. He has a business account, but all of our owners' draws, anything that we do related to the business, we just have one account. We have the same credit card. Like everything is one.
Same investment accounts, the whole deal. And for us, we look at it as it seems like it could be a slippery slope if we had some together and you had some over here and I had some over there, and it feels like the introduction of like I'm hiding something, or just maybe not being on the same page,
or just that it like opens the door to that.
Yeah, it's not, if you do that, we're not saying you have that. It just, that door is kind of cracked.
Yeah.
And for us, that door is just shut. It's not an option in that category.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to feel like marriage is supposed to be such a oneness and like a togetherness.
Right.
And that to me would then feel like there's places that are keeping us divided. Like it's just one more wedge between us, I guess. I could see how resentment could set in if it was like you pay for this, I pay for that, but like you got a bonus. Like I feel like it just introduces confusion that wouldn't need to be there, or like resentment of, I'm struggling and you're not.
I read this post on a veterinary blog. It's a husband-wife duo that own the clinic. The wife is the veterinarian and the husband is like the practice manager, practice administrator. So he handles all the accounts. And apparently they must have separate bank accounts personally.
Right.
Obviously they have the shared business account. Well, the husband was drawing money from the business account, but only putting it into his personal. And she said in the post, and again, this is her side, he has his side, there's the in-between, and that's the truth. But the bottom line was he was living this life of like luxury, had these cars and just stuff, and she's just wondering how he's even doing that. But it was all because of, likely, money and driving a wedge between them. And now all of a sudden it was destroyed. Their business was upside down. Financially, personally, they were upside down. Meanwhile, he is living this life of luxury. Again, boiling down to just communication and everybody being on the same page. If they would start with being on the same page, their business may not be upside down. Financially, they personally might not be upside down. And so I think it's really important in finances, whatever strategy you go with, that you're both on the same page with the same end goal. And for us, that end goal feels way more achievable and realistic when our money is together.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that it absolutely can't work. Like we're not saying that. We're not saying that our way is the only way. We're just speaking from our personal experiences on it. I just think I've heard like the argument of if our money, like we have money together that we're saving and doing all these things, but then like I have my own fund money and he has his own fund money, and like we make sure the bills are covered and all of that. Like I've heard that's pretty common for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But my thought in it is like, I still have fund money. You have fund money. Like there's nothing that because we're aligned on what our goals are and we know like what we're trying to save, we know the limits that we're trying to live like in our means. It's like if I want to go out to dinner with like a friend or something, like I'm going to do that. Like that's like my fun money, but I don't have to like run it by you. No. You know, I think that there's this like misconception or something that you like have to get permission if it's not your own.
It's not like you're going out and buying cars without me though either. It's that I know of.
Well, no. I need a new car.
But I think it's interesting because, well, sort of. I think it is interesting when we talk about this because it's not like we sit and talk about our money constantly. Right. Really, I handle the money. And one of your goals was you would like to just have a better understanding of where it's at and how it's going. I said it the other day. I was like, Amanda has no idea how much money we have or where it's at.
I really don't. I just know that like I trust TJ with our money and I trust that our goals are aligned. And so I just trust what he does with it. Like I don't like money stuff. I don't like math. I don't like finances. I don't like taxes. I don't like any of that stuff.
Nobody likes taxes.
He handles it all. And in our meeting, like the first thing I came to the table with was that I realized that if you died, I have no idea how to get into anything. Like I have my business accounts and I have our Chase Bank login. But if you told me like, I know our kids have 529 account. I know that I have a 401k. I know that we have other things. I know we have an insurance policy investing thing. I have no clue.
How do you pay the mortgage?
I have no idea. I don't even know what
How much is our mortgage?
Don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. Can I take a guess?
I don't think we want to share that information.
Okay. Well, I just want to see if I'm even close.
No.
Okay.
I'm not in a hurry to share that.
Okay.
You're too much of an open book.
I'm sorry.
The driving force was my aunt who's passed away.
Yeah.
Her husband passed away like 5 years ahead of her. And when he passed away, she had a hard time getting a credit card because everything was under his name. So she had no credit. Mm-hmm. She had a hard time, like simple thing, like where is our money? Where do I pay the mortgage at? Mm-hmm. If I wanted to buy a house, how do I go about doing that? And this is no slight to her. She was a saint and an angel, but it was eye-opening for her and probably everybody around her. That's just, you got to have some idea because you never know when a tragic situation is going to happen, or if I was sick and you had to do those things for a little bit, you just got to be at least have an idea of where to start.
Yeah.
Who to call.
Yeah. And then my other thing was that I need to be better about not like impulse buying. I like log on to Amazon and then I just black out, I think sometimes. And I need to be better about like, do we really need this? No. And I'm such a well, it comes from a place of like, I'm trying to provide, it's like AJ, AJ hates sweatshirts, we've discovered. He needs like zip up jackets. And so like for me as a mom, I'm like, I need to buy my kids some zip up jackets. And so immediately in that moment, I want to go on and buy him like 5 zip ups so that he has them, because like I want him to be comfortable and warm. It's not like I'm like, I need another marble dish.
No, right. You're not this shopaholic.
No.
Maybe you are a little.
I
Wow,
am.
that quickly turned. You're not a shopaholic. Yeah, you are. But
I like, it's hard with my job too, because like I like to shop and I like to share what I shop.
shopaholic.
So it's work. It's a write-off. It's a write-off.
That's a write-off. Where does the write-offs go?
It's a write-off, people.
Write-off people.
But anyways, I do want to be better about, I just said it. We need like an air horn.
Anywho.
Anytime we say it, we need like air horn. Okay, so then yours was, you have like a savings number goal for us. That was kind of like what yours was.
Yeah, I'm not going to share the number,
right.
but I would say our goal is to save 25% of our income.
Okay. And what percent are we at now?
I honestly don't know.
Great. It's a great starting point.
We're saving well.
Yeah.
We're saving well. It kind of goes back to that impulse spending, or just you want this, so you buy this kind of thing. And that's just not how we want to live.
Right.
I want to be able to save a chunk, but I also want to give just as much.
Yeah. Giving was a huge part of our conversation.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have always been very diligent about tithing and like giving to our church and donating to causes and all of that kind of stuff, which is super important to us.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that we did at the end of last year was we set up, I don't even know what you want to call it. I just call it like a Come Stay a While, like foundation fund.
It's not a foundation, but it's just a donor advised fund. Basically, it's something for us to put money into tax free and let it grow. And as long as we give to a 501c3, that money, we don't have to be taxed on it. And so,
but just with Come Stay a While, I want to be able to partner and help in bigger ways, whether it's like Make-A-Wish type things or Christmas giveaway charity type of things or whatever.
It would be fun to get involved with some sort of local group. Maybe a Christian, maybe not Christian group that we like the overall message, and then be able to attend certain events with them, things like that. That's another topic or category, and we're kind of diving into it naturally out of order. But the philanthropy part of, we want to give, but we also want to get, like, we want to give financially, but we also want to give our time, which we don't have a lot of time to give. But that's all just priorities. Honestly, church was about that this week. Is just, people say they can't afford to give, but that's just because you don't prioritize it.
Right.
You prioritize your Netflix account. You prioritize Disney Plus. You prioritize Starbucks. You prioritize going out. You do all these things. You prioritize those things. But we feel that we are called to give, and not that much. 10%. You can do whatever you want with the other 90%. 10% is what we feel, at a minimum, we are supposed to give
to something.
If you're not able to give the 10%, it's just because you got to realign some priorities. And I think, Christian or not Christian, I think you should give back 10% of your life, of your work, of your earnings, of your time, to people who need it.
Yeah.
I just think that's being a good person. I think that there are people that need help.
Yeah, I agree.
And you don't have to be a Christian or whatever other religion to realize, I mean, open your eyes right now. People need some help. Like, overall, everybody's screaming for help. Help them.
And even if it's not 10%, it's everyone can give something.
Yeah.
And that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Also, in the philanthropy thing, just while we're right there, because we can kind of close up that one. So when we got married at our church, they have you do like a marriage mentoring where you get paired with a couple and you go through like a book or something. And it's just kind of like,
it's like premarital counseling.
Yeah. And so we had always said, I think you have to be married 5 years to do it.
I do think that is the gate.
I think it's that. And we always said like, oh, we should totally do this one day. Like, we would love that. And so now that we've had 10 years of marriage and we're in a place now that's like, okay, I feel like we could take that on. We have like kind of started the process of that. And then hopefully we'll get matched with a couple.
Yeah. I also like that through our church, at least, they lead with, we don't want perfect couples.
Right.
So when you set out with, oh, I need to be a perfect couple, it feels impossible. Mm-hmm. It just goes to show that everybody can help somebody.
Yeah.
Because we're certainly not perfect.
No.
There's just some things that we've learned. I was listening to something that's like, I don't have all the answers to win the battle. I'm just in the battlefield, so I have some ideas.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So the next topic was travel.
We like that.
We do like that. So some of our things for this was we want to do more traveling just as a family of 4. Like just us and the boys. We do a lot with family, which is great, with friends, which is great, like doing things in groups. But we want to just do us 4, fully focused on the kids, something like that, even if it's just like a long weekend.
Yeah, even if it's 4 days up north. If you're not from Michigan, we call going north up north. Mm-hmm. That feels so normal to say.
I know, it does.
But
it's funny because I think in like Tennessee or Nashville area, they say like down south, like going south. Like they're up north is going south. Basically, up north, cabins, lakes, simpler life.
Unplugged,
yeah.
Yeah, so that would be important for me because when we get away and we put our phones down, it forces us to put work aside. We are a really, really good force.
Yeah.
And those kids have so much fun. Mm-hmm. And without getting away, it's very hard to commit to it.
You know what I think is interesting too is that, which I'm kind of processing this out loud, but you said something to me while we were at the hotel about just like how much different my energy was or something.
Yeah. Friday.
Well, yeah. I don't remember what.
It was planned. I think that you need planned getaways, not necessarily getaways. It's hard for you because work is in your home.
Yeah, that's the point that I'm getting to.
You don't have the drive home. You don't have the reset time. You don't have any of that. And so work is just right in front of your face. It's like you never left the cubicle. Mm-hmm. You never left the clinic. You never left the office. And so all the time, it's just sitting right there in front of you. Mm-hmm. The other day we came downstairs and you're wanting to start working on like the hockey stuff. And you're like, oh, I just need to put this in this bag and do this. I said, stop working. Mm-hmm. It was like Saturday at 2:00 or something. And it was just, it's just sitting right there. And if I were at the clinic and my spreadsheet is right there and I hadn't done the budget, finished my budget for December, which it's been ready to be finished for a week and a half now. If that were sitting right in front of me, which it could be, because it's all online.
Right.
But if it were just right there, boy, it would eat me alive.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
It's hard because I'm working so hard to build a house that feels like home, provides memories, like it's for our family. But then at the same time, it's my livelihood. And so it's constantly like, oh, I should do this, or oh, I could do this, or oh, I could chip away at this. And it's all for the greater good of our family. But it comes at the expense of me like being able to live it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think too, when we say travel and this getting away concept, that we obviously are very blessed and are grateful for the life that we live, and we could maybe do something fun up north or out of state or whatever that is. That doesn't mean you have to go anywhere.
Right.
People, this ain't me, but people like to camp.
TJ's version of camping is...
right here in this house. Put a tent up in the living room.
Luxury hotel, air conditioning.
What I was getting at is that for you campers out there, your kids would die to just go sleep out in the backyard in a tent. Mm-hmm. Not mine, not me, but your kids might like that.
Yeah.
And honestly, yeah, I think that would be a great option. Just pitch a tent for the weekend in the backyard.
Yeah.
Have a fire outside. Touch some grass. as they say.
Yeah, I think that that's good. But so we talked about all of that. Also, one thing that's on our list, we have taken the boys to Mackinac Island the last 2 summers. AJ's been every year of his life, I think. All but one, maybe. And it is one of his favorite things. It's one of our favorite things. If you've never heard of Mackinac Island, it is the most amazing northern Michigan, like, secret. I feel like when I shared about it on my stories, a lot of people hadn't heard about it.
It is unlike anything you've probably ever experienced. And you're right. Friends in vet school that came from out of state, when I told them we're going to Mackinac Island, they're like, where is that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just in the middle of...
It's like right up by the bridge that goes up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Yeah.
And you get on a little ferry and it takes you over to this island. And on the island, there is no cars. It's horses and carriage and like...
Horse and buggy and
horse
bikes.
And buggy. Like literally the Amazon man is on a horse with a trailer of packages. It's like the coolest thing, and it takes you to this like other world. It feels so much slower. If you have not been, you have to go.
And honestly, people are like, well, what do you do up there? And
eat ice cream.
You think about it and you're like, there's not really that much to do other than just you're outside enjoying nature. There's a cool historic base, like military base on the island, which is pretty cool to go tour. You can take a little buggy tour around the island. You can rent a bike for fairly cheap, or you can take your own bike over on the ferry and ride around the whole island. It's like 8.5 miles, which seems far, but honestly it's
right around the island. It's like on the water.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I ran around the island last year and just watched the sunrise. That was amazing.
Yeah. It's really, really cool if you've never been. But
Chippewa Hotel.
Yeah,
shout
the
out.
Chippewa Hotel is really good.
Anyways.
Air horn.
Burr, 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 burr.
Okay, so that was travel.
I think that's all of travel.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one was family.
Yeah. So family, that was all a filler. Yeah, so family.
Yeah, whoa.
This is hard. Family, the first thing we talked about was charitable and doing things together for some sort of cause that we like. So we've already kind of hammered that home.
And we want to do something that the boys can participate in.
That's critical.
Yeah.
That's like mission number 1 for me in the philanthropy department. I want our boys to experience that. We've done a couple things that time AJ wrapped gifts with you for kids that we were giving gifts to. That was great.
We went to a church and you basically like picked a name and then you went and found that kid's gifts and you wrapped them, and AJ thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and I think that that's fine. And we should keep doing things like that. I just like something a little bit bigger.
Yeah. And I don't know what that is. Like,
if you're local and you've got some things, it doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas. It could be a kid's camp. It could be anything. Like, we're just looking for something to get involved in. Kids in general, kids that are born into not great situations or tough parenting situations, or single moms, single dads, I think those are the things that really pull at our hearts. But we're open to anything, really. Yeah. And so if you've got something locally in the Metro Detroit area, we'd be interested. Yeah. So hit us up. The other thing that I'm really excited about.
I'm excited
because the boys are kind of coming of age. AJ for sure is doing a boys sports trip where we go out of state, probably for the Red Wings, to go watch them play an away game once a year. And I would like to check off all the NHL arenas with my boys.
Yeah. We got that idea from one of our friends. They do this where every year they go to a different away arena, and it's just such a good idea.
Yeah, I took AJ with my grandpa to Lambeau Field to watch the Lions play this year. Wasn't much of a game because the Lions got spanked, but still a historic stadium and something that I know I'll never forget. Being there with my grandpa and then my son. I mean, never happen again.
AJ still talks about it, though. He always says, I went to another state to watch the Lions.
And now,
I went to Chicago.
Now when we're watching games, he says, Dad, is this in another state?
Yeah.
And then he really, really, really wants to go.
He does.
Watch the Wings play somewhere away. So that is happening, maybe even this year.
I think you should do it.
There's just so few games left.
Pick a game.
I know there's just so few games that are away on a weekend left because I don't want them to miss school. I would really prioritize school. I don't want them missing school.
Yeah.
So that one I'm super excited about.
We want to just this was something that we did last year that I want to do even more this year, but our kids love to be outside. Like love in the summer to be outside. And so we love to go on bike rides. We live pretty close to a park. We like to get ice cream. We really like taking the Bronco with the hood like off with the wind, the top.
Hood stays on.
Sorry. But we want to do more outside, more fires. The other thing that we talked about, which I didn't actually write this down, I'm going to add it right now, is that we have a lot of really good friends that have kids, and we just need to get together more often. Like we want to do something like once a month. Maybe we'll call them like basement parties or something where when our new basement is done.
That feels weird.
Feels weird, like a weird name. I don't know.
Yeah.
It needs a name, but we want like once a month. I don't care if there's 25 of their kids here. Like if all of them can make it and all the kids are here and the parents get to hang out.
Yeah.
Like I remember my parents as a kid having like poker nights and stuff like that where they would play cards like out in the barn and we would all just play.
Sounds like an underground gambling ring.
Maybe it was, but I had a good time. My dad will comment.
What you guys do out there in Goodrich? My parents just had gambling ring.
No. But it was fun. All the cousins would come over, all the friends. We would like have a fire. We'd run around and play flashlight tag. Like I want that for my kids.
I do too. I agree.
It's so fun. Like that one time that we had Kayla and Griff over with the kids and they had a bonfire and they like duct taped what are they called?
Jordan to a
glow
tree.
Sticks. Yeah, no. They duct taped glow sticks to their shirts and they were like glow stick people and they were running around.
Yeah, they had so much fun. Yeah, I think that's just developing community. And the only way you do that is to be intentional about it. And we did actually have this on our list under friends.
Oh, that makes sense.
Monthly friends get together.
That makes sense.
So here we go. Let's dive into it.
Okay.
But the other thing about being outside, and I'm excited for next winter, we will have an outside skating rink. I think.
Yeah, so right now, if you aren't familiar, on Come Stay a While, just this week, I'm starting a new project. Our basement is going to be the coolest thing ever. I'm putting a hockey rink in our basement, working with this company to get some hockey boards, and there's going to be a bar. I have like a whole rendering on my at Come Stay a While if you want to look at it. But the place that I got the boards from, it's indoor-outdoor rinks. And so I was like, well, duh, hands down next year we will have an outdoor rink. But then we were thinking like, okay, it's going to kill the grass. So if we're going to have killed grass anyway, do we put down like a little sports court?
Clear some trees,
put down a sports court. Then they can play basketball. AJ loves tennis. Like they could do all kinds of things out there. And then it also has the boards for winter. I think that our boys would get so much use out of that. So that's maybe like a spring.
That feels likely.
A spring project maybe.
Cool. Friends, we kind of dived into this briefly, but the monthly friend get together, and I think that is going to involve food.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what day of the week. That's what I keep getting hung up on. I'm stuck between Fridays and Sunday afternoon.
Not Sunday.
But Sunday afternoon in the summer feels feasible.
No.
No? Okay.
Sunday's like chill day. Sunday is like...
I know, but like that gives us the opportunity to chill because the kids are playing with other kids.
No, because they get
kids don't want to chill on Sunday.
But they get all hyped up. I want us to have like a normal evening on Sunday to prep for Monday.
That's true.
That doesn't feel good.
That is true. Okay. Sunday's out.
Yeah. I think Friday night.
Friday nights?
Yeah.
That means we have to be available on Friday nights.
We are available.
Yeah, I know. Just saying. Okay. I'm not backing out. I'm just pointing out the deets, you know?
Okay. The next one was marriage.
We started this year, well, I guess it was in March when we went to Turks and Caicos. That's when we had our first kind of family vision planning thing without doing it this intentionally. We came away from Turks and Caicos valuing just the time that we had together, and we said we need to reset with our family date nights, and I did a decent job planning those.
Weekly date nights.
What did I say?
Family
dates. No, this is not for the family.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, whoa. We are getting a babysitter. The family weekly
Not family.
Marriage date nights for mom and dad to get away.
Do you not want to be with just me?
No, I definitely do want to be with you. But weekly date nights where we set up sitters, we've got this kind of community or network of sitters between grandparents, teachers at schools, and just babysitters that we know, and reaching out and saying, hey, pick a day this week, a month away, that you could watch the kids. Here's the list of days, just for 2 or 3 hours, so Amanda and I can peel away, go get dinner, and just have mom and dad time. Those were so good for us.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep doing those this year and prioritize them. And I have an idea of one that you know of, but I know you forgot about, and I'm going to surprise you with it. And I think we have one coming up this Sunday, and maybe we'll do it as our day date.
We have what coming up?
A date built in.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyways, I'm excited about that. I plan the babysitters because that's the most stressful part for you, I think. But this year, I'd like to task you with planning some of the funtivities that we're going to do.
I'm fine with that as long as you get a sitter. If you just say, hey, Friday we have a babysitter, I will gladly.
I will do that.
Okay. We also want to continue the 2 times a year going to Shinola. It's
Yes.
my favorite thing ever. That hotel is just like vibes.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about that place. It's very nice, but at the same time, I think it's just the getting away aspect, and we look forward to it.
Yeah.
Because did you know
the hotel is very like dimly lit, like jazz music and what's the word? Mid-century modern.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It just feels cozy. Like you just feel relaxed when you
Yeah,
walk
mid-century modern cozy.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that at my core.
Yeah, so that way when you get there, you're like, wow, I'm relaxed.
Cool. That's what I got to do. Mid-century. Why don't you make our house mid-century modern cozy?
I don't like it for my house.
Oh.
The basement will be a little more.
Who would want that 24/7?
Yeah.
Okay,
Then
fine.
it wouldn't feel special.
Fine.
We need to get the kids in bed earlier.
Yeah. Both for us, but also for them. They do better when they go to bed early.
Mornings are rough now that we have to get up earlier for school.
Yeah. And we have a timetable. I mean, I always had to be at the clinic by a certain time, but now if I was like 5 minutes late, not that big of a deal. I don't like it, but it happens. Now AJ has to be at school a certain time. And the drop-off window is 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty narrow.
There's no way we'd make it there earlier though. Let's be
Absolutely
real.
not. We are never sitting in the car waiting for them to say, "Come on in, kids."
No, never.
Ever. Okay. We also in our marriage, and this is something that I've been pushing for, and I think we're working on it in our marriage therapy or couples therapy, is how to argue efficiently. First of all, arguing in marriage is a necessity. Yeah. I think that if you have a marriage where all you're doing is just saying yes to the other side, or just saying yes and then dealing with the consequences later, I think that you're setting yourself up for a hard second half of your marriage. You can only be a yes man for so long. Eventually, even the most non-confrontational yes man is going to break. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
You've got to get your fulfillment out of life as well. And if your fulfillment is being sacrificed just because you're saying yes to what your spouse wants all the time, I just don't think that's sustainable.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think so on like the therapy topic and whatever, I know people have asked like, why are you even in therapy then? Or like, what is therapy or whatever? It kind of started because I have always had anxiety. I've dealt with mental health issues, depression. I've had family dynamic things that I've needed to go to therapy for, and therapy's great. I think that even people that don't think they need therapy have something that they can work on.
That's me. I'm going today.
And it just feels good. Like proactively, how you said, like you go to the dentist every 6 months to get your teeth cleaned, not because you have a problem, but like to prevent a problem from happening. I think it just keeps it on the forefront that you're always working on yourself and trying to be a better human, I guess.
Yeah, it feels like 25 years ago, people waited for couples therapy as the last ditch effort so that they can say they tried
Yeah.
before they got divorced.
Yeah.
Oh, we even went to therapy, and that wasn't it. So we still got a divorce.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I'm looking at it like I'm going to therapy so that I don't have to go to therapy because divorce is incoming. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Divorce is seriously a problem in our nation. Honestly, I think it's an epidemic that's resulting in a lot of anxiety and emotional baggage and trauma for people in our generation, and probably a little bit before. But even before that, divorce just wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
I remember my dad talking about his parents getting divorced, and it was like talk of the town. Can you believe that they got divorced? Divorce? What?
Yeah.
There was a time that was, and that's not that long ago. Mm-hmm. You're talking 50 years where divorce went from taboo to 50% of marriages end in divorce.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
So and we're doing nothing about it.
Yeah.
And so for me, I think the proactive step is doing things like this family vision planning. If you are in a turmoil type marriage, get in therapy before divorce is even brought up, and be willing to talk.
Yeah, I think so I was going to therapy pretty regularly, and then TJ was coming to a couple of my sessions to help kind of like navigate how does he best support me in this. And then when he was there, he was like, this actually feels really good. And I was like, yeah, you should go once a month or something by yourself. And so it kind of became like I was going by myself. He would come occasionally with me, and then he was doing like one-offs on his own. And then now it's just evolved into like those issues have resolved and the things I was working through. And now there's just personal things that I'm working on. And so I don't need him to be there to like, we're not working on how can he help me in it anymore. But we were like, you should just still come every so often. We'll check in. So it's just kind of like, we just talk about what comes up. Like, it's not like we're going like, we're working on this because it's going poorly. But every time we're there, we uncover things that maybe like a misunderstanding or something that you didn't speak up about that you felt like, was eating at you or something. I just think it's good to get that stuff out. And sometimes it's hard to do that if you're not in a spot like therapy that brings you into like a vulnerable state.
I think it helps prevent the yes man type relationships. And when I say yes man, it could be yes woman too. Like yes man is just the term, but it prevents you from just internalizing everything.
Right.
And I think that especially men, myself for sure, I internalize. I shoulder a lot and just stay even keel.
Yeah.
And then what you're doing is you're suppressing some emotions. And so emotionally, I am just even when I probably should be a little bit more high and a little bit more low sometimes. Mm-hmm. I think that that's healthy.
Yeah. So I don't know. We're huge advocates of therapy. I don't think you have to have something wrong to go. And I don't think that it should feel shameful to say that you're in therapy. Like, I think that's a thing too that's like, oh, you're in therapy. Like, something must be serious.
Yeah. I remember when I started bringing it up at the clinic and just saying, oh, yeah, I've got therapy. I'm going to therapy. And it's kind of like, well, what are you going to therapy for? Because people look at me so even.
Yeah.
And I go through this whole spiel that we just did of just, it's good for you.
Yeah. I just
Proactive.
think everybody should go. There's nothing wrong with it. Literally, if you have nothing to talk about, go like just chat. Just go yap with your therapist about your day. Like
next thing you know, you're crying.
Yeah. Next thing you know.
I should have come.
Yeah, so that's all really good. And then that kind of leads into, so that's like mental health and fitness. Then there was the actual health and fitness. And for me, I've been ups and downs with working out for my whole life.
Yeah.
When I love it, I love it. And when I don't love it, I don't want to get even near it.
Yeah. You're definitely the don't want to get near it point right now. For me, I just want to be really consistent. Mm-hmm. I love it all the time, but something will happen. I'll get sick. We'll have a rough couple weeks with the kids. Something will pull me away for a 1 to 2 week period. And the next thing you know, I'm completely out of it. Mm-hmm. And you just lose the progress so much faster than you gain it. And that's really frustrating to me.
Yeah.
So I'll get in really great shape, be running, doing Orange Theory, and lifting weights 3 to 4 days a week. And then I go down to 0. And that's just detrimental. I look at the fitness and health aspect as this is one of the only things in areas of life where you get literally one shot at it. And especially you and your family's health history, whether it be the cognitive issues on, your mom's side and your grandma had severe dementia, but then also on your dad's side, you've just got some heart and he's diabetic, heart issues, diabetes, and the cards can be stacked against you, and you can only do a certain amount of things to help that. And you can do a lot of things to increase your risk of those things. So do the things you can to reduce your risk because you already got the cards stacked against you.
Yeah, I want to get to a place where I can go consistently, but it feels like a low lift because I am such a person that no matter what I'm doing, we're going full throttle, 110%, like balls to the wall, going for it, and I burn out. And that's what happens. I had seasons of my life, like when I was dancing for the Pistons, that I was like in the best shape of my life, eating so clean. I was working out, lifting weights, all this stuff. And then I just burn out. And then, it's hard with kids and postpartum and all that. And I went through a season where I was like doing Orange Theory. I was doing Pilates. I changed my eating habits and I was able to lose like the postpartum weight and I'm just tired, but I know that it's good for me. But I also, it's like the thing of, I say I don't have time, but it's really just, it's not a priority. I have other things that I would rather give my time to.
But we should pause and just acknowledge, and we did this the other night, at how far you've come in the last 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
For sure, since we've been married. I mean, you were a snacker. You ate not healthy things. You would like stop and get a hot and ready pizza after dance. I mean, just not good things. And you never do those things anymore.
Well, I think too, I was young.
Except for when you're watching Jordan by yourself.
Yeah.
That's pizza nights.
That's pizza nights. I think it's because I was in like my young 20s and I could eat whatever I wanted. I've always been petite. I've always been thin and just like never really had to, but I've always been really active. So I think like the two go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I could just eat pizza or I could just have chicken tenders or like whatever. And now that I'm getting older and after kids, it's like my body just is not the same. Isn't
that funny how that works?
Yes.
It's not really funny. It kind of sucks.
Now is when I need you to be the most patient with me, body. You don't need to be as hard on me right now. You should have been harder on me back then when I had nothing going on.
Yeah. So young people, get in the habits now.
No, I'd say eat your pizza now because you're gonna wish.
No, you're going to have a hard wake up.
But it is. It was hard after kids. And now that I feel like I've gotten back to where I want to be, which was mainly significantly my eating habits. Like,
it starts in the kitchen.
Yeah. Like I would have gotten like pasta and now I eat meat. Like
we never eat pasta.
Never. I don't even really eat bread.
I come from a Sicilian family. That is taboo.
I know. It is pretty wild. Like when we go out to a restaurant, I would normally choose a pasta. Now I get a steak almost every time. Or a chicken. I never get chicken. Like if there's like a baked chicken on the menu, I get that. And I think from like a protein aspect, not like a taste good aspect.
We were going over to my mom's for dinner or something, picking up the kids, and she was going to make dinner. And she said, I am in the process of making a plan for dinner. Just need to count how many. I'll include you. I said, LOL, okay. I said, as long as it's not pasta, I have other food if I need to bring it. She said, that's a big ask for an Italian family, but for you, anything. I said, that's a big ask, but I'm not trying to have a big ass. My mom thought that was funny. Anyways.
Okay. Don't say the word. Next was house.
I don't know what the word is.
Anyway. Anywho.
Anyways. Any what's?
Oh my God. I just said it. I was not meaning to.
The house. You really are striving for the house to become, and it is already, but keep working towards making it a place where the kids want to be. So that when they are of the age, and I feel that AJ is getting close to this, of having friends over to play, that they want to play here.
Yeah. And I want our house to be a place that our kids want to be when they don't have to be. Like when they're older, I want them to only remember, like, I just want this place, I want this to feel for them.
I want them to pop in just because they want to feel at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Well, I mean, we have quite a few more. Should we just part two it?
I think so.
Okay.
Let's
So
hit them with part 2.
Okay, so we'll end this one just for like time's sake. We'll do part 2 next week. We have faith, which we talked through like our goals and stuff for that. Business on the Come Stay a While side and the Dixie side, which I think is really a fun topic that we can dive into. Personally, just what we want to do differently, better. And then we also have some new goals for our kids. So let's pause because I
Stay
don't
tuned.
want to feel rushed. Okay, well, we'll see you next week. We'll part 2 it.
Yeah, part 2 coming at you next week. Follow us on all the socials. Give us a 5-star rating on whatever podcast platform you're using. And if you're going to leave us a 1-star, don't.
Yeah.
Peace.
Okay, bye.